While millions of fans worldwide adore this charming Australian cartoon, even the most dedicated viewers have missed some surprising animation errors hiding in plain sight. Today, I'm going to reveal animation mistakes that even the most eagle-eyed Bluey fans missed completely. But here's the thing, there's one mistake so subtle yet so obvious that once I point it out, you'll never be able to watch Bluey the same way again. Stick around until the end, because this one will completely change how you see your favorite Blue Heeler family. In the episode Seesaw, Bluey and Bingo are playing on a seesaw that has handles on each side for safety. But when Bandit joins in to teach the kids a lesson, something strange happens. Bluey slides down the seesaw and collides with Bandit's back. The problem is, how can Bluey do this when there should be a handle in the way? Clearly, the handle should be between Bluey and Bandit at this point, yet it has mysteriously vanished. When Bluey and Bingo are on the opposite side from Bandit, we can see that the handle is indeed missing. But that's not all. When Chloe appears and tries to help the girls, the handle magically reappears. This is obviously a logical inconsistency in the animation.
We were on that.
Not anymore.
Come on, Bingo, help me.
In the episode Library, where Muffin comes to play at the healer's house, we spotted numerous strange inaccuracies. Bingo is sitting calmly reading her book as librarian Bluey walks Muffin around the area. We can also see that Bingo is sitting on a beanbag, but just as the girls pretend to take a picture of Muffin to complete her library registration, something strange happens. If you look attentively at the background, you'll discover that Bingo and the beanbag have completely vanished. You might think Bingo left the scene, but as we can see in subsequent shots, she stayed there the entire time. Bingo and the beanbag are clearly visible on top of the carpet, and the entire carpet can be seen in the background of the photo. But somehow, both Bingo and the beanbag are nowhere to be found. This is definitely one of the more noticeable animation errors in the series.
I'll just take your picture. Look into this and smile.
This next error is particularly puzzling and happens in the episode Mums and Dads. In this episode, Indy and Rusty are pretending to be parents, struggling to decide who should get a job. Later, Indy finds it difficult to get a babysitter, so Bluey pretends that Rusty is her child. Poor Rusty is forced to wear children's clothes and pretend to be a baby, which is quite a funny scenario. However, the actual mistake occurs when Bluey chases Rusty with a baby stroller to get him back to playing the game. During this chase, they pass by two toddlers on a swing. Here's the error. These children shouldn't be at this school because they're actually Bingo's classmates. And we all know that Bingo and Bluey attend different schools.
Bluey, I don't want to be the baby. I want to be the dad.
The episode Spy Game contains a quick but noticeable animation glitch that you might miss if you're not paying close attention. In this episode, the kids pretend to be secret agents collecting tricky goods. During one scene, Bandit is having a cookout with the other parents. However, he loses control of the barbecue, and the flames grow too large. If we look carefully at Chili during this moment, we can see that her face is almost entirely brown for the duration of the scene.
Kenzie, you and me are going to do the last spot. Honey and Chloe, stand guard. And Bingo, you get the potion grass.
This next error is particularly amusing and occurs in the episode Favorite Thing. Let's focus on Bingo's plate for a moment. We can see there are 4 cherry tomatoes on it. While trying to spear one with her fork, one tomato falls off the table, and another flies and splashes on Bandit's head. So now there should only be 2 tomatoes remaining on Bingo's plate, right? But here's the mistake. Moments later, when we see the plate from a different angle, there are still 4 tomatoes on it. It's as if the tomatoes have magically multiplied or regenerated themselves. This is what we call tomato multiplication magic, and it's a perfect example of a continuity error that slipped past the animation team.
I'm sorry, Bingo. I didn't mean to embarrass you. That's okay.
This mistake is absolutely hilarious, and poor Bandit is the victim once again. In the episode The Claw, Bandit is playing a game of pretend with Bluey and Bingo, acting as a claw machine. After the kids attack Bandit for not letting them win the bottomless bowls of ice cream, he bumps his leg on a table. Now look carefully. Bandit bumps his right leg, but he holds up his left leg in pain. And if that wasn't confusing enough, when he's at the dinner table later, his right knee is wrapped in bandages. The animators seem to have gotten confused about which leg Bandit injured, creating a comical situation where his injury keeps switching legs throughout the episode.
It wouldn't be exciting if you won every time.
Yes, it would.
In the episode Rug Island, Bluey and Bingo pretend they're living on a desert island in the backyard, and they discover Bandit washed up on their beach. Bandit needs to embrace his inner child if he wants to make Bluey and Bingo's Rug Island his home. At the end of the episode, when Bandit returns to his real-world home from the pretend island, we see him watching the girls from the house. In this shot, you can clearly see a tree in the background, but in the very next scene, the tree has completely disappeared. Poor Bandit seems to be the victim of many animation errors, including some hair-related issues in the episode Fairies. The healers are playing a game of pretend, with Bandit taunting the fairies to do their worst. As a result of his teasing, Bingo ends up immobilized with her fingers stuck up her nose. Bluey blames Bandit entirely, and to make amends, he performs an Irish jig around the letterbox. But look closely. Right after he picks up Bingo, the fur above his eyes completely vanishes. That's not all. When he's dancing while holding Bingo, she accidentally clips through Bandit's nose. It seems the animators should really give Bandit a break from these blunders. His fur and features seem particularly prone to animation errors throughout the series.
Ha! See? Nothing.
Bingo!
Ah! The fairies have frozen Bingo!
The healer's love for dancing was wonderfully showcased in the episode Dance Mode. In this episode, Bluey suggests a game called Dance Mode, where individuals must dance on command. Later, the healers visit the post office. While Bandit is being served at the counter, Chili activates Dance Mode on him, forcing him to dance. But interestingly, Bandit isn't the only one who starts dancing. If we look carefully in the background, we can see a character holding an envelope. As Bandit begins dancing, the envelope mysteriously moves forward and backwards as if it's dancing too. Perhaps the envelope also wanted to join in on the fun. This subtle animation error creates a humorous moment that most viewers would completely miss.
Dance mode!
In the episode Obstacle Course, Chili creates a backyard obstacle course for fun, but Bandit wants to turn it into a race. Determined to win by any means necessary, Bluey and Bingo train hard with Chili's help. During the training, one of the stages involves climbing a ladder and touching the tree trunk. Pay close attention here. When Bluey first reaches the ladder, there's no shadow underneath her. However, as she climbs the ladder, her shadow suddenly appears. But here's the real mistake. When Bluey climbs back down the ladder, her shadow remains in place, as if it has a life of its own. Furthermore, at this moment, Bluey actually has two shadows simultaneously. It seems even Bluey's shadow wants to be an independent character in the show.
That's it, that's it!
That's it, that's it.
Now why are you climbing down?
What do you mean?
In the episode Hotel, Bluey shows Bandit the available rooms as part of their pretend hotel game. They pass by door number 1, which has a picture of Bandit and Chili from their travels attached to it. They continue their tour of the hotel interior until they reach door number 6, which is actually the bathroom. But here's the strange part. We can see the exact same image on this door too. Either the animators forgot to include separate images for different doors, or the Healer family really loved that particular photo and decided to place copies of it throughout their house.
All right, I'll play. Really? Yeah! But I want to be a crazy pillow.
In the episode Bob Bilby, it's Bingo's turn to bring the Bob Bilby puppet home from kindergarten and record their weekend together. Bob's previous adventures have all been exciting, so Bingo is eager to make theirs just as memorable. Later in the episode, Chili takes a photo of Bingo using her phone's front camera. However, when she takes the photo, the back camera's flash illuminates. This is simply a logical error because Chili shot the photo using her front camera, not the back camera. Which of these animation mistakes surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And do watch our video about Bluey animation mistakes you didn't notice.
He let Bob turn the siren on, but it was very loud. And this is Bob and I getting a book out of the library.